Hey guys, this is Statton. Today there isn't going to be an intro or an outro. There isn't going to be any gameplay. There's something I need to say, and it isn't easy for me. I mentioned in one of my latest Heart to Heart with Statton videos that my dad had pancreatic cancer, and he had some surgery done to get it removed, and it was in fact removed. But he was struggling after the surgery. After I said that, after that video, it seemed like he was getting better. He was really fighting and pushing. He wanted to recover as fast as he could so he could go home. But the day after Thanksgiving, everything just started falling apart, and he passed away the day after Thanksgiving. It hit my entire family really hard, including me. After that, I just didn't have a desire to do anything anymore. Everything literally felt like it was 1,000 times harder to do. I just didn't have the umption to do it, and the things I had to do, it almost felt like I had to use more strength than I really had, more energy than I really had to do it. I went back to work for 2 days after I had that weekend off normally, but because of how when we were gonna do the viewing and the funeral, which the viewing is tomorrow. To get the right days off, I had to pretty much suck it up and go into work Monday and Tuesday after his passing. That wasn't easy because I'm usually an outgoing guy who likes talking to people and likes being around people, but I just wanted to be alone when I was at work. I wanted people to just go past me and just take no notice that I was even there. Needless to say, that wasn't the case. And but they were friendly, and they were sorry for my loss, for my family's loss. Well, anyways, this is actually one of the 3 reasons why I'm making this video. The first reason is to explain to all of you that I fell off the schedule again because even making videos, even gaming, I just haven't had the umption to do it because of this. This has really knocked it all out of me. I have had to use some things like for a distraction, even because I've been hurting all day, every day since last Friday. Well, that so I believe I will recover, and I will get back to making videos on schedule. In fact, I will get back to doing everything on schedule because that's something my dad would want. I don't know how soon it will be, but I mean, it could take a while, maybe sooner than I think. I don't know. I just want you all to know that this isn't a permanent thing. This isn't me quitting indefinitely, because that's not what my dad would want. He was a very supportive man, and one of the things he even said before he went through the surgery was he doesn't know if he's going to make it or not, but either way, he wants us all to continue to do the things that he believes we are supposed to do, to do the work we're supposed to do, to take care of the things we're supposed to take care of, no matter what. That was his final wish. Well, anyways, for that reason, I've been having mixed feelings as of late. I feel the desire, inspired by his words, to carry on, but I'm still, from the sadness of his loss, from losing him, I just haven't had much of an umption to do it. And I feel like, I don't know, I just go through moments where I feel nothing, then to where I just feel like breaking down and crying. But I promise you, I will get back on track. The other part I would like to mention, the reason is to honor his memory. Dad was a good man. He was a mix of old-fashioned, as in he had old-fashioned kind of humor. He has the kindness that you don't see anymore in today's day and age, and he had a certain innocence about him that you just don't see anymore. But he was also modern in the sense that he embraced TV shows like The Middle, which had the type of humor he just absolutely loved. And he was always kind. He always was willing to do things for others. He always did even little gestures for strangers, such as holding the door open for them, even if they weren't necessarily carrying anything. That was the type of man he was. His humor consisted of things that most people today would call bad dad jokes. And I will admit, when I was younger, I used to cringe at his jokes. But I find the older I get, the more like him I am, humor-wise, because I find myself every now and then cracking a joke similar to his. And thinking back on his humor, I do give a little chuckle every now and then. Looking back on all of that, I wish I had laughed more. I wish I had appreciated his humor more, because now I won't be able to hear it from him anymore. And that makes me sad. He and I did things together. He taught me many things over my life. He and I would engage in historical subjects. He and I would cover over world history. However, the majority of our history subject would be American history. But we would also talk about history in other parts of the world. He and I would talk about politics and even religion at times. He was a very intelligent man, and he was full of patience. Very rarely would you ever see him angry. He was definitely slow to anger, even when things bothered him. He did everything he could to take care of his family. He was my best friend. I always hear people talk about, when parents talk about wanting to be a friend to their kid, that they'd be lectured by others saying, "Your kid doesn't need a friend, he needs a dad." And that is absolutely true. Kids need a dad. Somehow, though, my dad found the right way to be both. And that's reason number 2, is to honor his memory, and talk about the things that he and I did together uh, over over my lifetime. Things that I will treasure, things that I will never forget. I can't believe he's gone now. It's hard for me to imagine. I feel like this is all a bad dream, but it isn't. He may have passed away, but my love and respect for him will not. It will remain for the rest of my life and even beyond that. The final reason I making this video is for all of you, to reach out to all of you. If any of you have lost a loved one that you felt so close to that it's just unbearable to know that they are gone, I want all of you to know it is okay to feel the way you feel. It is okay to feel sad. It is okay to mourn for them. It's even okay to feel angry about it, because I'm not going to lie, I felt angry for days after losing him. Just remember not to give up, not to feel like there's no point in doing anything anymore indefinitely, because that's not what they would want, the ones who passed on would want you to do. Just as I know my dad wouldn't want me to give up on the things I'm doing or the things any of my family is doing. He was a very supportive man. And I believe if you have lost someone who is literally that close to you, they would want you to carry on and be supportive in that same way. It is okay to feel like you just don't have the option to do anything. Just keep in mind that there is a time that will come where we will have to pick up where we left off and continue. And remember, from someone who has just now experienced this, I understand how you feel. I truly do. You are not alone. But as for me, I have to recover. I am going to have to recover soon. Because not only for myself, but for my family. My family's going to need help. And I need to be there to help them. So while I'm struggling myself, I have to remember that my family struggles is not what my dad wants them to go through. And that right there will push me to hurry, to know that it's okay to feel sad, but to also get up, get back on my feet, not only to carry on for myself, but for my family as well. And that's what we all need to do, is to carry on, not only for ourselves, but for our family as well. Like I said already, I don't know when I'll get back to making videos on schedule, but I will. I promise you I won't be gone indefinitely. I just ask for all of you. I ask patience of all of you, and I thank you for your patience. This shall be the video. My name is Staten, and remember, you are not alone.